Since its commission, the general served in various units and formations, has held various command, staff, and instructional appointments, and participated in military resistance. He was in Libya and India for special course training. The general was equally in Geneva for an academic degree in political science from the prestigious University of Lagos, and master's in security and decor economy at Nasarawa State University, Kefi. The brigade commander has past staff college and fellow of National Defense College, Bangladesh. He also has, to his credit, United Nations mission in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, United Nations time commander enjoying reading, volleyball, with key interest in current affairs. Your Excellency, I present to you the Commander for Brigadier General Musa Abubakar Sadiq. Saudiriyaye. Next to Colonel Diriyari is Lieutenant Colonel Ayigba. Beside me is the Commander Operation Obaseki for the Brigade Ordnance Service, Major Mwazu. Next to Major Mwazu is Okaka. Your Excellency, and my humble self, the spokesman of the brigade. Your Excellency, sir, the Executive Governor of Edo State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, sir, permit me to begin this way. First and foremost, I consider it a misnomer for anybody in this caliber to come to a state like Edo State and to spend nearly a month now without formally presenting himself to His Excellency, who constitutionally is the Chief Security Officer of the state. I sincerely apologize. It was because of some engagement on part of His Excellency, on my own part too. That has given me the opportunity at least to study the brigade and its AOR, and to give me that confidence to stand before you. Though on a courtesy call, but I don't know what may happen at the end of the day. But this buffer time has given me the opportunity to respond to some of the issues that may likely arise. Again, it is equally to my advantage, because the public will say that at least we have seen the commander with His Excellency in one of his official outing. That was just a call of duty. The first thing to do is what I am doing now, sir. This is, by the way, Your Excellency, sir, I'm here this afternoon to formally present myself to you as the new commander for brigade, the person that the Army saddled with the responsibility of piloting the affairs of the brigade to assist you to maintain stability in times of security. Along with me, my lieutenant, specifically, I wish to mention the Chief of Staff, which by the tradition of the military, and I'm sure any other organization, by the time the boss is out, the 2IC will remain. But I specifically come along with him because he's a new person. He just arrived just last week. I feel I should introduce him, reason being that in the course of discharging my responsibility, times may come that I may not be in. In the period of such absence, he is going to take my position because there is no any vacuum. I don't know whether that happens with the first commander, but I see myself considered one of the young think tank of the Army. At the moment, there are two standing committees that is coming on, and my name is included among the two committees. First, to review the logistic overhaul of the Nigerian Army, I was included, And the second, to make some policy adjustment on some policy document. The first one will begin sitting by first week of next month, and the second one subsequently later in the month. So during such period, my chief of staff will be in for me. Coincidentally, the chief of staff is a person that I know so well. I was in final year when he came in Nigerian Defense Academy, and I had the privilege then to receive him in my own battalion when I was the leader. And then as I was leaving the Northeast, when I commanded the unit, he was promoted, then a young lieutenant, and he was asked to come and take over from me. Now, I assure you I will do my best. When the need arises and when the government see it necessary to come to assistance in one way or the other, I'm sure you will gladly do so. Lastly, before I take my seat, since this is not a speech-making forum, as I said, I'm going to be a field commander, and I have started, as a matter of fact, even yesterday I was out. When you deploy troops outside on duty, I have a very zero tolerance to some of the things that I observe. As a matter of fact, some actions have already, maybe you heard about it much later, I have taken some actions already. But again, I observe something, sir. When you deploy troops and without giving them the appropriate RCA, you may not have moral courage to really put them under check. Because this is what I observe. Because from the little brief and what I've seen on the record, there are some lacunas along the line. I will discuss that with the governor privately. With this few words, sir, this is me. I'm here at your disposal. You are the chief secretary of the state, and my mandate certainly cannot clash with your mandate, Your Excellency. I thank you most sincerely for your audience, and God bless you.
May I now respectfully invite Mr. Governor to respond, please.
The Honorable Comrade Philip Schreiber, let me formally welcome Brigadier General Sadiq to Edo State. I said formally welcome him, because it's, like he said, this is a misnomer. Since he assumed duty, I've had cause to just railroad him to action. Like he said, I'm sure members of the public would have seen photographs of his official engagements on security assignments with me already. So the question is, how come the government is formally meeting with the brigade commander? I can understand that of his chief of staff, who just resumed last week. But we've been, since he resumed duty, it was like he jumped straight into work. And we didn't have time to carry out the formalities. So what we're doing now is just a formality. It's quite instructive that in less than 2 months, it's like he has been here forever. Because immediately he came in at the time when we were facing serious security challenges in the state, just like in many other states in the country. And I just having worked with him for the period I have, I think he's truly a godsend to Edo State. He didn't have to say it, that he will command from the field, that he will be a proactive commander. He's already showed it from the day he stepped his foot into Edo State. We've undertaken a few assignments since he came, and I must say I'm quite pleased and impressed with what I see. You have come in at quite a challenging time in the life of the state, the security life of the state, as well as the country. But just listening to your background, listening to your achievements, hearing that I will have to maybe come and understudy you in the field of political science. I see and understand, and therefore have the confidence that we have the right person at this time in Edo State. As you know, Edo is quite strategic, if not for anything else, for its location. It's a junction, it's a national junction, and as a result, we have our own peculiar challenges, since traffic must flow through Edo, and most national assets are located in Edo. The transmission, the electricity grid, the gas grid, the transport network, all of them traverse extensive stretches of Edo State. What we are going through today is, like you will know from your studies, is not unusual in the evolution and political development of any country. It's all part of the national formation process of nation building. So what we are witnessing today as security, that is manifesting itself in insecurity in the country, I think is part of a building process. And we are truly lucky to have a well-trained, disciplined, and intellectually robust commander here at this time. I want to assure you that the government of Edo State, under my watch, understands fully our role in the evolving national discourse on nation building. And we will therefore assure you that we will work with you very, very closely, so that we can channel the somewhat rancorous notes into proper direction for nation building. We've experienced, like I said, security challenges, just like many parts of the country in the last several weeks. We have gone round together, and you can tell from your own analysis that our country is somewhat under attack. And what we are witnessing today may be an orchestrated or unorchestrated attempt by a series of players to cause instability in the country. Nigerians are peace-loving people. Edo people are peace-loving people, and very accommodating and welcoming people. And this has been our tradition for hundreds of years. So every Nigerian, and I say every Nigerian, has a right and a space to live in Edo, just like every Edo person has a right to live in any part of Nigeria. And with you coming in, we will protect every Nigerian who lives within our territory in Edo State. I also want to assure you that we have enjoyed a very robust relationship with the military. You are my neighbor. And we see you as part of the security architecture of our state, in very, very close collaboration with you. We understand the limitations of your constitutional responsibilities, and we respect that. But we are also sure that whenever we call on you for backup, from what I have seen, you'll be there to support. We are assuring you today that we will support you to ensure your success as the commander and the success of the brigade. I know there are some lingering issues, but with the kind of person I know you are, with the quality, the transparency I've seen you, it shouldn't be a problem at all in resolving them. I just came in from inspection. I went to inspect the Kanwa Road to see the work the contractors are doing. And I'm very anxious to get that road completed so as to improve the mobility of the troops from your main installation in the barracks. That is a flank. We had certain security challenges, and with you in place, I'm sure we'll put in place a very robust plan to curtail the problems from that axis. Just a small issue. About several years ago, we had to take a very difficult decision to ban motorbikes because of the involvement of a lot of the riders in crime and robberies. We have, from the intelligence we've received, seen that there's a rise in the number of bike riders, particularly in the Ekenwa Road axis. And I know some of your men legitimately use them to work, but they can help us in ensuring that only those who need to use motorbikes use motorbikes. That's why we have tricycles. We introduce tricycles so that it can help so we can curtail and reduce the rising crimes from motorbikes. That's what some of the operators in that axis had told me. And I said I was going to speak with you since you are coming to visit. So we'll really appreciate if it's something you look into. I also appreciate that there's been some communal issues around your neighbors in there, but there are things we can deal with because your acquisition is very well documented. But we can work with you in terms of the community relations around there. Because once we open the road, unfortunately, it will expose the barracks. The barracks that used to be very, very far away, it used to be like it was. As a child, you thought it was in another country. Now, in 10, 15 minutes from the city center, you just will be in the barracks. So it will, pose new challenges for you and your men. But working with you, we should be able to manage whatever challenges there are. I want to thank you and assure you and your chief of staff of our unalloyed support. We are set to achieve the same goals, which is securing people. The purpose of government is the security and life and property of its citizens. And your goal is secure and stabilize our country. So our purpose is mutual. It's tied together, and we have no reason not to work with you and support you and cooperate with you. I'm a phone call away. I'm very good with texts and messages that you can see. So whatever it is, just drop in a line if you can't get me on the phone, and I will respond almost immediately. I hope we'll get the number for your chief of staff too, so that when we can't reach you, we can really reach him. I want to use this opportunity to also thank members of your team who in one form or the other have been quite supportive. We will always appreciate the role that the brigade played during our elections. Whereas everyone else had predicted violence and carnage, they came out and were very, very professional in ensuring that we had a very peaceful and successful elections in Edo State. So I want to, on behalf of the people and government of Edo State, thank your officers and men for what they did during the last elections. On that note, I want to now formally welcome you to Edo State.
On that note, may I respectfully and humbly request Commander of 4 Brigade, Brigadier General Musa Bakar Sadiq, to make this presentation to His Excellency.